We are the hub for news, results, and CEO interviews focusing the junior commodities sector. We provide market analysis and perspective that will help position you for solid returns.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Stock Talk. It's Andrew, and I'm looking forward to speaking with Allan, who's the president and CEO of Beyond Lithium. It was just last month we spoke to him about their three projects that they have that are looking very optimistic. And we're catching up with him again as news is coming forward and with some updates. So, Mr. Frank, how are you? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me on your show again, too. I appreciate that. Appreciate the opportunity very much.
Well, we like anything to do with lithium, and it's so vital to put Canada on the map with it being so resource rich to anyone who's advancing projects that can help to kind of make this electric future happen. We're excited about. So what can you tell us? Let's actually take a step back and maybe kind of update us on just kind of what the mission of the company is and the projects that you have.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. So our focus is in Ontario and the Canadian Shield. And at present, we have an excess of 150,000 hectares, which we've broken down into 64 different, we'll say, packages, that we're exploring. We have a three-phase exploration program for 2023. The first one is the sort of the 35,000-foot view of all the properties to see whether they're prospective or how prospective they are relative to each other. That program is going really well. We've actually got 12 qualified people on the ground right now, and we've been going at it hard for about 6 weeks or so. So we're making lots of progress. We've covered about 70% of our land so far. Some of the ones we haven't covered are subjected to road bans because of forest fires in different areas.
Yep.
And as a result of the forest fires, the availability of helicopters is somewhat reduced in the area because they're obviously fighting the forest fires. So those projects will remain in phase one, but we may not actually get onto them until a little later. So we had expected originally and initially to finish off phase one projects by mid-August. We certainly would have achieved that target. The ones we can gain access to, we will cover them all by then. And then we'll enter into phase two, which will be, a little harder dig at these things. We'll do some trenching, geochemistry, and hopefully set up those ones which we look at in phase two for the phase three program, which we intend to do before the end of the year. And that will be a series of short holes to take a little poke under the cover and see exactly where we sit before year end. So we're excited about it. We've got over 700 samples at the lab. They're starting to come back slowly now. And I think we'll have enough data and information to create a shareholder update optimistically before the end of this week. So things are going very, very well. We're really pleased with everything that we're seeing.
Yeah, I remember when I was speaking with you, you had a very ambitious, push forward in its schedule. And it's just over a month ago, and you guys have gone through quite a bit already. And it's nice to see too, in a fairly tough market, you guys are doing quite well on the stock front as well, which is nice to see the recognition that the market is liking what you guys are doing. And of course, people will be now quite interested as well to see with the samples coming back that there's more news coming in the near term.
Yes, and I think one of the things with us, we're this year we're the new kid on the block. Even though we're the biggest landowner, or close to it, if we're not the biggest, we're still the new kid on the block. So relative to our exploring peers, we've been trading at a pretty significant discount. For example, on a per hectare basis, grassroots greenfields explorers like us are trading at about $400 a hectare, right? Which is kind of a weird comp, but it is what it is. So even with our recent price action and activity, we're still about $100 a hectare. So we're still only 25% of what our peers are. But people say to me, well, why is that? Well, I think it's just because who were we 4 months ago? We were nobody.
Yes.
Now we're on the scene. We're demonstrating that we're active and aggressive. We've got an awesome team of explorers. We've got Lawrence Sang, our exploration VP, And we got through him, we got Graham Evans as a consultant for us and Paul Baxter. I mean, these guys combined got 80, 90 years of experience. I mean, they're really good. And then you get into our prospecting group, and to me, they're second to none. So we've got some awesome people that are really committed to the project, and they're just giving it great guns down there. I couldn't be more happy.
No, and it's great. I mean, it's nice to have a win like this, a good story in the sector that we like so much. What else should we be looking at in the near term from you guys? I mean, you guys are working away, and it's great to see. But what are the things that should we kind of keeping on our agenda to look the next couple of weeks or months ahead?
Well, we said we'd actively, aggressively pursue our properties in the field, and it's an awful lot to cover, but we're demonstrating that we can, will, and are doing that. So what are we looking for next? Well, we're obviously looking for results. We want to know which one of these projects have the most potential. We have a LIBS gun as well, and once we get assays back to do some comparative analysis, that can eliminate projects for you quickly. But we're optimistic that the assays that we're going to be receiving are going to be decent enough to create the excitement going into phase two. So we're on the hunt, and we're seeing some good things, which we need to have verified by the labs, of course. But I think the next thing to watch forward to is lab results and different interpretation of the lab results, plus the LiDAR surveys that we've done. We've got some preliminary results, but all that stuff's coming together. So the next thing is have a little better look at what our properties represent. And phase two is going to be very exciting because we'll be zeroing in and honing in on them. But I must caution that phase two will not cover probably all the ones that should be in it, but I believe it's going to be pretty impressive. We're already seeing projects with our preliminary work that definitely will be phase two qualifiers. So that's what we have to look forward to next. And we'll try to cap the year off with a couple of short holes and hopefully give everybody an early Christmas present. We're optimistic. Mother Nature will be what it'll be, and that's the caveat always. But it is exploration. At this stage of the game, I could not ask for more.
Well, the market certainly likes it as well. They like what they're hearing and seeing. And certainly it's great to have the update too, because there's nothing better than getting some data back. Once you can assemble and look at all that data, picking some holes and moving projects forward. It looks like there's going to be a lot of news in the near term, as well as, like you said, to the end of summer and coming into Christmas. Congratulations so far on all the milestones that you've done, so quickly that you told us you do. And that's a big thing that we look at is, does management do what they say they're going to do? And you guys have stormed out of the gate here very quickly. And like I said, the market's reacting well.
Well, thanks. I think shareholders can look forward to a real steady news flow since we have 700 samples at the lab. They'll come back in bits and pieces, of course, but I'm hopeful that we can make news and shareholder updates every 2 weeks right through till Christmas time. So that'll be pretty exciting, and it should be easy to follow for everyone.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Allan, for reaching out to us and updating us. Everyone, take a look there at Beyond Lithium, new kid on the block and stirring things up. Congratulations again on the work so far. We look forward to getting some of those results back and discussing a bit more detail about what the next steps will be.
Well, thank you very much. And once again, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you. I and the company appreciate it very much, and all the best to you and all your viewers.
Excellent. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
You bet. Bye for now.